Today we are going to be talking about SUI. We are going to be doing a price prediction for SUI for this 2025 bull run. Anyways, we're going to get right into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's talk about it because as you can see, SUI is literally up 314% in the last year. So what we're going to be talking about is where is SUI going to get by the end of this year? We're really not looking towards any time next year or none of that because personally, I believe this bull run is either going to end by the end of this year or by the very beginning, sometime in January or February of next year. That's just what I think personally. So that's kind of what I'm basing this price prediction off of. So let's go over this SUI price prediction for 2025. So at this current point right now, we are seeing SUI at $3.31. And anyone that doesn't know about SUI, SUI is a layer one blockchain. It's a pretty fast, secure, and cheap blockchains, private, all that good stuff. SUI is like Solana before Solana hit 100 billion market cap. I said this in my previous video. SUI is probably going to end up hitting 100 billion. I don't think during this cycle, but it could be during next cycle. I don't know, possibly, but we're going to talk about this now. First things first, let's just start off with some price action here. So currently looking at the daily chart on SUI here, I do see us hitting this support down here at $2.85. Let me tell you why. And that is partially because you can see the MACD is selling off right now. It's currently in downtrend. You can see the MACD is now, speeding up. The MACD is picking up. It's ready to continue on its downtrend. You look at the percent R trend exhaustion, it just now left the uptrend momentum, and now you're seeing that downtrend momentum. The percent R trend exhaustion could stop halfway right here and then reverse back to the upside, or the percent R trend exhaustion could stop at the $2.85 support Fibonacci, and then it could go back up from there. So eventually we will have to go back up here in SUI, but I'm expecting a slight little pullback from here. It might not even go all the way down to $2.85. It might just go off from where it's at now. And that's kind of why I want to show you guys some of the shorter, charts as well, because those are going to show you a lot more different info than what these charts show you. And another thing, we also have little micro support areas and micro resistance areas. And one of the micro support areas that we have that actually acted as support before and resistance before is right here. We've had it as resistance. We've had it as support. So this is one of those areas that you do want to watch out for. It is a constant area of high volume inside of SUI, and that is around $3.15. It's a constant high volume area, $3.15. So there is a possibility that we bounce off of this support as well. We got pretty close to it, and then you can see we almost immediately started to go back up. But anyways, this is the 4-hour chart here. So you can see on the bottom here for the 4-hour chart, it does look like it wants to revive and recover soon. But the daily chart still looks like it has a little bit more downside potential. Now, when you look at the 30-minute chart, we are currently in the uptrend for the 30-minute, which is pretty short term. And this could easily reverse to the downside. And it's almost at that point where it's overbought with the percent R trend exhaustion. Almost overbought here. So just something to keep in mind. But what we want to talk about is our price prediction leading up to the end of this year. We're not really trying to look at what's happening tomorrow or the day after that or next week, right? We're trying to see what's happening towards the end of this year or towards the end of the bull run. And like I said, I believe the bull run is going to end at the end of the year or the beginning of next year. More likely the beginning of next year. But let's just talk about what this price could do. So first, let's make sure the math is mathing, as people say, right? So you guys know I'm doing the right math and I'm not just pulling numbers out of nowhere. First, we're going to take the circulating supply, which is $3.5 billion right up here. 3.5 billion coins, not dollars. And then we're going to take that circulating supply and we're going to multiply it by the current price of $3.31. That will give us our current market cap, which is $11.6 billion as our current market cap. So you can see the math is right? Okay. So I have seen a few people inside the SUI community say a few different price targets. There's some people saying $100. So, just to kind of show you guys what $100 SUI looks like, that's $351 billion in market cap. I'm not saying SUI cannot reach 100, and I'm not saying that SUI cannot reach a $350 billion market cap. But I am saying during this bull run, SUI will not reach $350 billion market cap, which is $100. And that is extremely high. That's actually higher than Solana. And it's kind of like the underdog to Solana. So as Solana goes up, SUI will as well. So if we see Solana at $350 billion, we might see SUI at like 50 billion. So that's kind of one of the things you have to watch out for. So the current price of Solana is at 111 billion. Current prices for SUI, ranked number 19, it's at 11 billion. So Solana has 100 million or 100 billion more. So Solana is 10 times more expensive than SUI. So that is why I'm looking at this and I'm like, no, 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 no. We're not doing 100 billion or $100, which is 350 billion in market cap. We're not doing $100. So that's out of the picture for this price prediction. Okay. Now, another thing that is kind of, on people's minds is $50. A $50 SUI would bring it to $175 billion in market cap. I will tell you this again. I don't think that SUI will reach 175 billion in market cap this run. Currently, we have even Dogecoin is only at 32 billion. Obviously, when prices go up, Dogecoin will go up. But like that would put SUI like where Tether is. Like we can't see that now. That would put SUI above Tether. All right. So that would be above BNB, and obviously all these projects will increase in price as SUI increases in price as well. But that would put it also above XRP. That would put SUI at number 3. And there's a lot of institutional people, institutional investors backing XRP. So I don't think SUI will pass that anytime soon. So honestly, for this bull run towards the end of the year, like no, we can't do that. Like I'm just gonna say that right now. $50 SUI is not happening for this bull run by the end of the year. I mean, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong. Hey, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But let's say another price level that some people talk about, $25. Now, $25 is 87.7 billion in market cap for SUI. I would say this price right here, at the very most, SUI might, but I still don't like the odds for this, and I like to be as realistic as possible. I don't like the odds for this one, and I really want these numbers that I'm gonna mention to hit, like the numbers that I'm actually predicting to hit. And $25 is way less likely to hit. So it's like when you're trading, you can't really go off your emotion, like just because like, yo, yeah, it'll do it, it'll do it. I love SUI. SUI's the best thing ever. SUI's gonna go up. It's gonna keep going up. I love it. SUI's good. I love SUI. SUI Army. SUI Army. Like if you're like one of those people who are just so emotional about it and like that you just love the project, you love the community, like it, and you think it's gonna get to $100 or $25 just because you love it, like you're gonna lose a lot of money in this market. You can't do that because let's say you did that, and then you seen SUI do something crazy, right? You seen SUI do like a $20 in price, right? Which is 70 billion market cap. You're like, oh no, SUI's gonna go to 100. I'm gonna keep holding. I'm gonna keep holding through this bull market. It's going to 170 billion dollars, and then boom, that bull market ends, or it's about to end, and then SUI pulls back to $15, and you're like, oh, now it's at 52 billion. All right, I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna buy more. Keeps going down, keeps going down, keeps going down, and then by the end of 2026, all of a sudden you realize SUI's back at $3. All of a sudden SUI's back at $3. Now you're back at 10 billion market or 10 billion in market cap and $3 in price. And now they're like, man, I should have sold at the top. This is what happens to so many people. They see these prices and they want the psychological price number, but they don't want to do the logical price number. Let me say that again. People want to reach their psychological strike price number, but they don't want it to reach the logical price number. Psychologically, you're like, I want to see $100 because $100 is just what I want to see. It's a nice number. That's all it is. It's a nice number. People look at 100 and they're like, yeah, I'll make way more money if it hits $100. That's what it's going to reach because it's going to make me more money. It's going to be way better. So that's what it's going to reach just because of that, right? But that's not logical. You can't really look at it like that. The price of SUI currently is at 11.6 billion. So the way you have to look at this is typically inside of a bull run, when you have projects that are like 10 billion, like literally billions of dollars in market cap, you're not going to see a project like that go and do a huge amount, right? So let's say we went up, let's say we went up 20x. That's going up to $66. Let's say we went up to, let's say 30x. That's $99. So 30x is pretty much going up to $100. Like typically, if a project's already at 10 billion in market cap, it's not gonna 30x in one bull market. Like that's actually crazy. And how can you actually think something like that? Are you? Let me not insult no one. How can you think that? Come on now. I don't want to insult nobody. I don't want to insult nobody. But look, if we are already at 10 billion, what makes you think that we are 11 billion? Let me get that straight. So let's get the actual price right here. So 3.31. So if we are at 11.6 billion, what makes you think we are going to 30x? What makes you think we are going to 30x and go to $100, which is 350 billion in market cap? What makes you think you're really going to 30x? Like you're looking at the psychological number, which is $100, and acting like it's a logical number. Like you're trying to bring logical reasoning to something that's just psychologically appealing. Like $100 is psychologically appealing to everybody. $100 in price, but it's not completely logical. It's not going to 30x in one bull run in 4 to 6 months. In 4 to 6 months, this bull run is going to be over exhausted. I've done so many different Bitcoin technical analysis. I know well, I'm not going to say I know everything. Let me stop right there. But let me just show you guys the weekly chart on Bitcoin and show you why I am saying this. Bitcoin is at its weekly chart. This is the 4th round since 2023. We have been in a bull run. I want everyone to realize this. Since 2023, let me take off all these stuff here. Since 2023, Bitcoin has been in a bull run. January of 2023, you can see all the way down here at 18K. And then from there, it just kept going and going and going and going. Almost 3 years now, we have been in a bull run. At the end of this year, that will mark 3 years that we have been in a bull market. Bull markets do not last for more than 3 years. Let's be logical here. Let's not be emotional. We have done this 4 times. Look at this. 4 times on the %R trend exhaustion. We have over-exhausted our trend, pulled back, over-exhausted it, kept going, pulled back, over-exhausted it, kept going, pulled back, over-exhausted it, kept going, pulled. Now we're pulling back again. And this time I predict we'll pull back to 99K. And then from there, we'll probably end up taking off and getting to 150K, which will be the top of Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin tops out at 150K, I'm willing to bet that we're going to see all the altcoins doing huge numbers as well. But as Bitcoin pulls back from 150K, it's going to take everything down. Everything's going down once Bitcoin hits 150K. That's what I think personally. So what I'm seeing here with SUI is a realistic price target. So I don't want to say $100 because that's not realistic. That's not realistic, and it's not conducive to what Bitcoin's price action is doing now. Bitcoin is throwing signals at us currently as we speak. It's telling us, hey, look, I'm overexhausted. Nothing. We're not going to do anything else right now. We're just going to pull back, and then we're going to build that momentum up for this last pump, okay? Because Bitcoin wants to come down. Bitcoin has been up for too long. Look at how it's been pulling back. I've been mentioning this since I've been mentioning this forever, how it's going to go back to 99K, really since July. So now we're probably going to end up seeing 99K coming very soon. We're at 108K, probably get down to the support at 104K. I mentioned in my other video how once we get to 104K, we'll probably try to bounce back up from there, get rejected at 100K possibly, or 112K possibly. If we do not get rejected at 112K, we will keep rallying and we'll make our way up to 150K. If we do get rejected at 112K, then we come down to 99K. And then from there, if we break 99K support, the bull run's done. It's done. It's completely finished if we break 99K support. If we do not, we take off from here and we go to 150K, and it is what it is, you know. But like I was saying, $100 not possible. Okay, so we got that out the way. Third, we got $100 not possible. $30, 100 billion. I want to say it is. I want to say it is because Sui seems like such a good project, right? I want to say it is, but me personally, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at the more realistic price target. Even if we get to a 20 billion market cap, or even if we get to $20, right? $20 at these current prices is a 6x. Personally, I think the price of Sui is going to reach anywhere between 10 billion to 20 billion. All right, not 10 billion to 20 billion. $10 to $20. But see, $10, a lot of people are looking at that like, you think all it can do is $10? Like, they're probably mad hearing me say that. It's 35 billion in market cap. That's at the lowest. At the very lowest, Sui should reach $10 at the very lowest. Like, I'm gonna be honest, at the very lowest. Now, at the very most, 100 billion in market cap, which is about $30. So personally, here is my range for Sui. At the very lowest, $10. At the very most, $30. Where does that bring us with Sui? That brings us right in the middle. My average price target is going to be $20, which will be 70 billion in market cap. Now that's pretty realistic. It's pretty realistic, let's be honest. And you can take that $20 and you can divide it by 30 or $3.31. That gives you a 6x. So you could either go for the 6x at $20 in price, or you could shoot for the $30 price target, which will give you a 9x. So $30 price target is like, the market is going absolutely crazy. We're reaching $8-10 trillion in market cap for total crypto market cap. Like, that's what that is. So I would say at the very most, $30 is my 2025 slash bull run price prediction, because it might go and extend into next year. So for this bull run, $100 billion is seeming like that's gonna be the peak for us, which is $30, right? $105 billion market cap, which is gonna be $30 in price. That's what I'm going with right now. Pretty much a 10x. Well, it's a 9x, but I do believe we're gonna have a pullback to about $3. So technically, we're looking at a 10x. So yeah, we're looking at a 10x. Should be pulling back down here to about $3.15, something like that. But yeah, 10x, $30 Sui is my price prediction. So yes, $30 for Sui is the price prediction for this bull run. Again, doing the math here for $30, that's the absolute highest. Like, that doesn't mean you hold until $30. That just means it's the absolute highest that I believe it can do. But on average, if I'm trading Sui, I'm looking to get out at like $20. I'm being serious. I'm looking at like $20. Like, that's the time to get out. And even at $10 is still kind of attractive, right? That's a $35 billion market cap, so that's still kind of an attractive sell point. But yeah, on average, I think like $20, even $15 would be $50 billion market cap, so that'd be pretty reachable. So anywhere from $10 to $20, I'd be looking to get out. At the very most, though, $100 billion market cap. Let me know what you guys think about this, though, because a lot of people are going to have some issues with this. They wanted to get it to $100, but we got to be realistic. Even at $30, I'm still looking at that like that's too much. You're literally looking for too much in the market. Being too greedy, but that's the very most I think it'll get you during this cycle. Anyways, this is all I got for y'all today. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.